Alright, so I'm finna try something new. Normally I just do like general reads, but I'm going to start doing the signs readings. So I'm going to first start off with Aquarius. So, Aquarius, welcome to my channel. I am Royal, and we're gonna get some cards out here so we can see what's going on for you. All right. Hope everybody is doing well. All right. Now these cards that I'm first gonna pull out is just gonna be the overall energy. It could be your external environment. It could be what you're dealing with, what you may be thinking about. That's gonna be the general energy. So, conditioning. So you may be in an environment that make you feel small, and you have been conditioned to believe that you're like everyone else, and you're not. You're a lion amongst sheep, is what I'm hearing. So it's about time for you to start roaring and taking off those sheep clothing and letting your truth be seen. I'm hearing you stand out in the crowd, and it's time for you to break a paradigm that you've been living in so far. I'm also hearing that your external environment no longer fit you, like you are a big fish in a little pond. You've outgrown your environment. I'm also hearing that you're ready to attack, meaning that you're hungry, like you're ready to attack a situation. You've thought about it long enough, and it's time for you to move on it. And I'm also hearing that it's time for you to remember who you are. Kind of like Simba when his dad died, and he went out and hung out with Timon and Pumbaa. And so he had began living like them, and he was eating bugs and stuff like that. And so he had to go back to be with his people so he can remember who he was. That's what I'm hearing. All right. Let's get and pull the energy to see what you look like in this moment. So that's the general message so far. Oh. All right, so what you look like is Seven of Coins. Seven of Coins and Four of Cups. So like I said, you have spent a lot of time working on something, building something up, and I feel like your hard work, I feel like whatever you've been doing, you feel like this is boring. Whatever work you've been doing is boring to you. Like, look at how she looked. Like, the environment may be boring to you, but you've put a lot of effort into it. You've been working really hard at it. You've invested a lot of money into it, but it's getting to a point to where you're like, is this all? Is this everything? It's not really fulfilling you emotionally. There aren't any new offers coming up. You may be in a situation where you're seeking like advancement at a job, and they're not, paying you enough, or it's not emotionally fulfilling to you. Yeah, behind the scenes, I feel like you're ready to go. Chariot card. So 2777 77. Hmm. 14. So you ready for some change. You ready to leave your external environment behind the scenes. That's what I'm saying. Like you again, I'm really picking up like you have outgrown the environment that you're currently in. You may need to go somewhere new. You might need to get a transfer is also what I'm hearing. Like if you're in a job and um they can offer you a transfer to a different location, try a different location and see how that fit out for you. Because you might be just needing a new environment. You might be tired of the people. You might be tired of seeing the same people over and over again. And people are taking you for granted. They making you feel small or they're making you feel like them in that environment. And it's time for you to move. Okay. Let's see. What's the positive about this? What's the okay. The positive about this is, like I said, you're torn between two options. You can have the option to stay in this environment and keep what you've worked on and ultimately end up losing yourself, or you can take a different route. I'm also sensing like you're being rerouted at this time or encouraged to be rerouted or take a different route or take a different path. Do something different than what you normally do is also what I'm hearing. Try something different. You may be the type of person that always get the same stuff over and over and over again. And it might be time for you to try different things. Try a new job, try a new location, try different food. I'm just getting the sense that you're bored and you're being conditioned. Now, this don't necessarily have to be a bad thing at all, but I'm just sensing that you're bored. You want something new. All right. Let's see what's on the low vibrational end. All right, low vibrational end. You got three cards that came out. I've got the Ten of Coins, the King of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So I'm sensing I'm getting um your generational wealth is tied your generational wealth is tied into connection to your intuition and your emotions, and you're having a mental conflict at this time because Five of Swords is mental conflict. King of Cups is like your intuitions, mastering your emotions. Ten of Coins is your legacy, like your generational wealth. So I'm sensing like um, something that you're invested in is giving you mental conflict. And not only that, it's emotionally imbalancing you. And it's not going to be good for you in the long term. Like, it's not going to be a solid foundation. It's not going to be good for your family or anything that you're working on beyond the point that you are at right now. So it's giving me that you really need to consider changing your environment and changing a way that you have been looking at things so far in your life, because it's time for you to change. If not, then you're gonna have a whole lot of mental conflict. You're not gonna have clarity in your mind. There's gonna be emotional upset. Like, you're gonna be emotionally imbalanced, and both emotional and mental upset can ultimately lead to like a crumbling of your your family. And it could also be your family that you having issues with, like a way that your family have structured up your life. You could be fighting that, and you're torn between whether to stay here with your family and continue to do things that they have always done. Like, traditions could be at play that your challenge that you need to start challenging, and you could be feeling conflicted about it, conflicted about having to leave your family behind, and that might be upsetting to you emotionally. Or you might be feeling that you wanting to change and break down a paradigm could be upsetting to the people that you ultimately love. It could be um, a father and a mother. You might see or get an opportunity to do different things or go down a different path, and it might be upsetting to your family. Or you may have an idea at your job, and your boss may not be open to listening to um, these changes that may need to happen. You might be afraid to, like I said, get a transfer at this job. And they probably threatening you, which is causing mental upset and emotional anguish. They might be threatening your your financial stability, the way you take care of your family, the way you pay your rent, the way you pay for your car. You leaving this place is making you feel like, dang, am I gonna be able to continue taking care of my family, the people that I love? So I'm getting that you fighting a paradigm for real. All right, what's the advice? Hmm. All right, I have the Justice card and the Queen of Cups. So I'm getting that you should follow your intuition, follow your heart, and you will be like you'll be rewarded for following your intuition. Whatever this situation is, trust yourself. Trust your internal guidance, and it will lead you to justice. I'm gonna get a money and affirmation card for this. So it says, my what is need not influence my what is becoming. 42. 6. Okay. So, what is has no bearing on what is coming unless you are continually regurgitating the story of what is. By thinking and speaking more of how you really want your life to be, you allow what you are currently living to be the jumping off place for so much more. If you speak predominantly of what is, then you still jump off, but you jump off into more of the same. So, like I said, you're battling and breaking down a paradigm, and what has been your current experience and your past experiences no longer need to be of your concern. You need to go for something new and trust yourself. Only you know what it is that you want at this time. Only you know what it is that you're visualizing and imagining for yourself. Nobody outside of you can tell you what it is that you deserve or want for your life. Not even this reading. I'm just here to give you the message of what you may have been ignoring from yourself. Don't let this reading override your own internal narrative that you have for yourself. But if this reading resonates with you, then take the advice and apply it to your life. Don't take it and then just be like, oh, okay, that was kind of cute. No, do an immediate apply. It only really works if you do an immediate apply. Like, if this advice really hits home for you, take the advice and do an immediate apply. Because I'm an Aquarius, and I know how sometimes we could get in our head, and we do have that conflicting emotions, because a lot of the times with us Aquarius, I don't too much like to be in my emotions like that. I really don't, because I feel like emotions are fickle, they're very temporary, and I feel like I can trust my knowledge and my wisdom more than I can trust my emotions. And that's just how I operate. That don't mean that's how you operate. So again, if this reading resonates with you, hit that thumbs up button, comment in the comment section below. And like I said, this was a new thing for me. I started with Aquarius because I'm an Aquarius, and I feel like I could probably reach another Aquarius out there in the world that could actually really need this kind of message. So I'll catch y'all in the next one.